dough, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Jeff's Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Jeff's Bagel Run.
Welcome to the weekly run. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Aaron.
And we are talking about what's hot at Jeff's Bagel Run this week. And Aaron, it has been a couple of weeks since we've been together.
It is. I was wondering if you're going to remember the intro, if you had to like dig it out of the memory bank, if you were going to be ready for it. Mine's easy. I just say my name, but
I studied before just to make sure I had it. Yeah,
crammed.
Yeah. I didn't have my no teleprompter. No.
Well, I'm impressed that that you're dialed in. You've been a man about the world recently. It's been a lot of traveling. The great bagel tour of summer 26 continues.
It continues. Yeah, Danielle and I wrapped up North Carolina just last week. We visited the stores in Wake Forest and Rollsville and then opened the Glen Lake location, which is like downtown Raleigh or close to downtown Raleigh. And then we popped over to Wilmington and opened a brand new store there. So
crazy.
It is. And she's in Charlotte finishing up. So all 6 stores in North Carolina will have been visited by the end of this week and got seen by us, which is crazy. First of all, 6 stores in North Carolina. That's the largest market of Jeff's Bagel Run stores outside of Florida.
Which is saying something because we have now, it's about to be 4 in Texas and 4 in South Carolina. So it's not like it's getting it as a freebie. Like there's other markets that are ready to challenge that record. So it's wild how this region is growing.
I'm excited for the growth we're about to have in the Georgia market, specifically North Georgia. Yeah. We've got a couple of franchisees that have been onboarded, and we've got a store that's going to open probably in August up in that area. And like 2 or 3 more franchisees that are just chomping at the bit to get started up there. So such a concentration of people in the Atlanta metro market that when I look at maps now and I try to figure out where a place like Cumming, Georgia is, it's just like another huge suburb. It's the 2026 version of what in my 2002 mind Alpharetta, Georgia was. Like, and if anybody who's listening in the Atlanta area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone else is like, what are these suburbs? Nobody cares. But it's like the radial rings of a tree growing out.
Yeah. Well,
Atlanta.
And I think we've really proven just through, experience and sort of backed into it. It's all really following a lot of the same patterns that the original market here in Orlando did, where it really is, it's that broader metro area. And, sometimes those stores in those towns that you might not know unless you're a local are the ones that kill and just do the absolute best. It's, because again, we've talked about this a bunch of times, but as really a sort of a community-focused establishment, like we're not looking for the highest foot traffic just randomly. It's going to be the right customer base, the right fit, a community that really wants to embrace a place like a Jeff's. And that model's proven out time and time again. It's just funny to see it as you like, sure, it's how it happened here, but then to see that proven in other geographies, that are not here, it's cool.
It is fun to see, like, the Wake Forest location was our first franchise location, first opening outside of Florida. And Ryan has opened now his 3rd store in the Raleigh market. But Wake Forest was a lot like Ocoee. It was kind of like just okay real estate in a neighborhood, definitely not like the corner Main and Main. And his next store was a little bit better. And then this 3rd store is like in an office complex behind a mall with 100,000 cars driving by it every day. Like it's wild. So it's
like the difference between a Ocoee and Colonial here in Orlando.
Yes, absolutely.
Just played out, in Raleigh.
In Raleigh. Yeah, it's pretty neat to see. And so I'm excited for that growth. I think it's fun. The team in Wilmington did an amazing job getting the store open.
That store was I saw some early pictures of that store. It was beautiful.
Great location. It's such a neat, it's a beach town.
We've talked about this. The beach towns need bagel shops, man. This is a necessary element.
It's a part of your ride to work. It's a part of your Saturday at the beach. It's, after church on Sunday. These are the things that we saw while we were there. And it's exciting to know that franchise owners in these communities can connect with their neighbors and their friends, and they can really build something out of out of Jeff's Bagel Run for themselves, which is really neat. So it's great to see it. I'm excited for them. They've had just a fantastic week, post opening, and they're doing great.
And now comes the next wave of openings. Brace ourselves.
I'm headed to Houston this week to open the Tanglewood location on Friday. I'm excited about that. And I'm pretty sure there's one a week until maybe till the end of the year.
I think that's the way they've all spread out. I mean, with construction, you never know. So it's always the question of whether or not that's going to be one a week or 3 in 1 week. But as it's been before. But yeah, we've got a pretty busy schedule from here on out.
Yeah, it looks like
it's wild.
I'm gonna have to go back to episode 1 to see what the prediction model was, but
oh yeah, that's right. We're good. I can't remember at this point in the year.
I don't remember what I said, but I think we're tracking towards like 55 right now. So,
which I think is higher. We'd have to check the tapes, but I believe that we were conservative in the 40s.
I think I was conservative, but I think I might have put a stretch goal at like 62 or something ridiculous.
Possibly.
It's the fact that we've done so many episodes, we have to go back and review, Aaron, is fascinating.
Review the tapes, man.
Just check it.
Did you always want to say that? And by review the tapes, we don't just mean like last episode.
When you say review the tapes, it definitely ages us.
It does. I don't even know if the kids are saying.
Oh, today the equivalent is, do you have the receipts?
Oh, yeah. I don't know that.
Aaron's not keeping receipts. He's like, what do I need those for? That's ridiculous. Great opening in Wilmington, a fantastic opening in Glen Lake the week before that. Just really exciting to see the growth the franchisees are having, and stores continue to perform. It's awesome. So I'm really happy. I'm thrilled. It's been a fun summer. Kids tagged along to North Carolina. It was super fun, and it's exciting to see them participate in the process and get in there and want to cut a ribbon and sweep a floor and do the thing, which is really great. It's been fun.
You can't ask for a better entrepreneurial experience and introduction for them. Again, 100%. Choose their own path, but it's just for them to see what it looks like in practice, and for them to see what it's like to, and they get to see it do 2 levels, which you guys have done, the franchise business, and these new business owners, and what that process looks like. It's just great for them to great exposure.
No, 100%. They love it because, they know our store experience. They watch us supporting the franchise company and building the systems and the tools to help other franchisees be successful. And then they get to go and meet other franchisees and spend time in their stores and work the marketing table and do all the stuff. It's fun. It's great for Emily. Lucas is a little like, I'm bored. I want to go sit in the corner and play on my iPad. But Emily loves it. Emily loves it. So, it's part of the journey.
He just might be into, maybe he's more on like the menu and the flavor tasting, and you just got to find the right role for him.
Yeah, he's young still, so we'll get there. But it's been an exciting summer tour, and this week we have a great Bagel of the Day lineup. And I know we usually drop these episodes on Thursday, so we'll be deep into this menu by the time anybody hears this podcast. But Blueberry Week is upon us.
It
is a hot lineup. Today was blueberry lemon. Tomorrow, blueberry pancake.
Which is a winner. That one's just so good.
Well, which is your favorite of the blueberry?
Probably the blueberry pancake. I mean, some of the new ones are wild, and I thought they were interesting, but the blueberry pancake is just
okay.
Classic.
So blueberry muffin has been my new favorite of the bagels of the day that are in the mix, and that's just a blueberry bagel topped with a brown sugar graham cracker crumble, and then we drizzle it with a blueberry icing. That one to me has been my favorite, but we have 3 new ones that launch. I think they start Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So blueberry lavender, blueberry bagel topped with the lavender icing, very good. Blueberry everything, which
is the controversial one.
I mean, there's a lot of. I can't wait to see what my DMs look like on Friday morning for blueberry.
Which is a good warm-up for the pumpkin season coming up and some of the exciting things associated with that.
I still can't wait to share that episode. I've got I keep going back and I'm waiting to edit it because I know we did all the pumpkin taste testing together a few weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying. This is a good warm up.
It was super fun, but blueberry everything is gonna mess with people's brains, and then I think might end up being a new favorite is blueberry ricotta honey. This is a blueberry bagel where we spread ricotta cheese, bake it on, and then drizzle it with honey after. There's something about that cheese and honey that just, I don't know, the blueberry, it makes me think like charcuterie board.
Yeah. I haven't had that. What day is that one on? I haven't had that one yet. I didn't taste that one.
That's Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah. So, and then we close the week out with a classic blueberry cinnamon sugar. So you can't go wrong. And we have honestly, the whole blueberry lineup is awesome.
So my wife is a huge blueberry bagel fan, so I gotta get some of these for her. Once she finds out that it's blueberry week, then I might have to make a lot of trips to the store.
Yeah, don't miss this one, or she might be blue.
Oh, that's terrible.
I gotta throw.
Terrible.
That was a bad one. That was.
I mean, Father's Day has been recent, but that's still.
I can edit that, right?
No, that's gonna stay. That's gonna stay. That one. So, you need credit for that one.
I'll take credit for it, even if it was bad. We're rolling right from blueberry into an International Flavors Week or World Cup Week. I'm not exactly sure how the marketing team is going to spin this one, but we have a week full of international inspired flavors. There are 3 new ones as well in the mix that I'm really, really excited about. The first one is the chimichurri bagel.
Which doesn't sound like it should work or even come together.
This one's a dough, so a lot of times we'll put toppings to achieve the flavor profile, but this one's a new dough. So this is parsley, garlic, oregano, all mixed into the dough. It's very good.
So I, for one, am a big fan of when we introduce new doughs. And I'll tell you why. Because I feel like every time we introduce a new dough, there's this secondary explosion of new flavors and new bagels of the day that come from that dough, because everything gets riffed off that dough. So once you introduce a really like our scallion dough did that, the sun-dried tomato dough, I had a couple of great variants. So I'm always excited when a new dough comes into the mix, because I feel like it always ends up being more than that one bagel.
Yeah. And there's already another bagel planned, I think, for it in the future. This dough has got some legs to it. I think the combination.
Is the chimichurri just the dough?
Chimichurri is just the dough. It's very nice. There's some red pepper flakes in there as well, so it gives a little bit of heat. The other one that I hate to say I'm really excited for, because I think both of these 2 bagels are good, but the one that I'm most looking forward to is the miso sesame.
Ooh, and you know I am. I've had this one.
This is the one that when we did the taste testing, I served it to you while you were on a call out on the patio at the office, and so
yeah, and quite frankly, just almost left the call. Just stopped it right there.
Yeah, you were into this one. It's a good bagel, and it's such a simple bagel. It's just a regular sesame bagel, and then post bake, we hit it with a little bit of we're calling it Japanese barbecue sauce, but it's essentially like a soy sauce, ginger mix of onion, garlic flavors. It's a really, really good.
It's good though, but I think what makes it so good is it kind of gets that. It's just a little sticky, like a good glaze would be. So and then the sesame on it gives you that toastiness. It's good. It's
real
a
good.
Banger.
And the third new one is guava cheese. This was a bagel that came out of our Apopka store during National Bagel Day back in January as their baker's choice. And this one is also delicious.
This one surprised me.
I think if you're a fan of Latin pastries, or this is going to hit the mark for you as a pastelito. Is that what they call it? I think it's pastelito. It is guava spread thin across the top of the bagel, and then we melt a slice of mozzarella cheese on top. And when you melt that cheese and it gets crispy, with the chewiness of the dough and the sweetness of the guava, you feel like you're eating like a flaky pastry. Like, it's hard to describe it. It's just so good.
That was what got me as a transplanted northerner that is in the South. I had like my first experience with guava pastries was as an adult. So I remember it, clearly. And I'm like, wow, this is magic. This has been hiding down here the whole time. Had no idea. And I think that's when I first had the bagel. That's what really hit me was the cheese isn't really like cheese. It's there and the flavor profile is there, but like you said, it acts more as it makes you feel like you're eating like a flaky pastry.
Yes.
It just locks everything in and has a little bit of crisp and a little bit of crumble as you bite in. And yeah, it was awesome. That's another one of those ones where there's a very small subset. We talked about this a little bit before, but like there's a very small subset of bagels where it's like you can just kind of eat it and there's just really no need for cream cheese.
Oh,
And this is one of those bagels where
100%.
Because you diced it up in the office and I just kept grabbing little squares and I'm just like, this is just good. This doesn't need anything else.
It doesn't need anything else. It's just it's like, eat it like a donut. Just eat it like a donut. Eat it like a pastry. Because that's what it is. It's a pastry.
Desserts need to be on notice because we're starting to build up a little bit of a backlog of sweet bagels that really are defying the logic of
I know,
the crossing boundaries. And I worry for these other breakfast.
If you're a purveyor of sweet breakfast goods, watch out.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Aaron's like, watch out.
Why do I need to go to more than one place? That's what I'm saying.
I love it. Well, those are the exciting things I think that are happening. The rest of the week is, I wish maybe I talked about the rest of the week or just tease the 3 new ones and let it drop. Let's do that. We'll tease the 3 new ones. There's some other international flavors coming. We got a couple more flavors in the mix that I'm really excited about, but those 3 new ones have got me just ready for World Cup week or whatever we're calling it.
I can't wait until, 4 years from now when, Jeff's is all over the United States and World Cup comes back around and then everybody can have the international flavors.
The World Cup in general, we are a sports podcast as well, so we should talk briefly about the World Cup. The games have been just awesome to watch. Even if you're not a, devout follower of the beautiful game, there's been enough buzz around what's happening in the World Cup this year that if you catch highlights, you've got to be impressed with what's happening out there. It's such great games.
All my friends are now soccer people who were not before. They're all experts. So it's great to have these conversations. And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I remember you liking soccer 3 months ago. But you don't care because that's not the point. The point is it's about identity and culture and countries and just seeing this sort of play out on, on this tableau of this game. And it's a lot of fun. And I don't know, it's been really exciting to watch and it's neat culturally, just how people visit. I can't wait for, again, you talk about the Scots in Boston or, the Moroccan team in nowhere, Missouri. And I just can't wait for, the future when they can come in and, we've got international people inside of, I want a Scot in a Jeff's Bagel run in Wyoming to have a haggis bagel, I can't wait till all of that comes together.
That'll
I
be
think
really
we'll be
fun.
ready for 2030. We'll be ready.
We'll be ready. It's been fun. The way the world has gotten so small with communication between TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, like all the social media platforms really allow this instant access to what's happening around us at any given time. And it is so fun. And I have been riveted by the storytelling of foreigners in America, people coming to follow their teams and then like, what do you mean? This is nothing like what I was told, or, I can't believe they allow you to have these energy drinks, or like it's just so fun to see. Someone put it on the internet. It was like a great little meme. It was like, this is like when cousins get together, but their parents don't like each other.
Yes, I
they
saw
have
that.
the best time ever.
Yeah.
And, they can't tell anybody, but it's been really fun. The World Cup has been great. And it's been a nice distraction from a relatively quiet sports summer usually. So in baseball, you can only watch so much baseball. So. We'll just leave it there. We don't want to make the baseball
They play
fans
a lot
mad.
of baseball.
They play a lot of baseball. So, yeah, there's a lot of games.
A lot of baseball.
A lot of games. But not everything is like roses at the Bagel Run all the time.
I refuse to believe it.
We've been definitely facing some challenges this summer around supply chain and technology and new store stuff. And I don't know, it's just...
you just visited a bunch of stores. What's the biggest pain point that you're hearing or feeling? So maybe if you're not even hearing it directly, like what is top of mind for you right now after being like in store in a bunch of locations so recently?
Yeah. So I think if I was going to boil it down to one thing, it's probably staffing and people. It shows up that way because it's training new people on new technology. It's having enough resources for the teams to draw upon. And so I think where we're closing the gaps in operations, and I know Danielle and her team have done an incredible job of rebuilding the playbook and redistributing it at the same time that we're changing these technology pieces and adding these enhancements. While that's all happening, sales are still growing. So stores are just getting busier while that's happening, right? So I think there's a lot of moving parts. And because of that, the people become part of the challenge, whether it's stores have a gap in leadership or stores have a gap in the amount of people on the team that they need, and they're trying to chase that because summer staffing can be difficult. I think the last couple of weeks might have been a little bit softer. I think people travel around the holidays specifically. So I think we might have been down slightly in door swings, but hasn't really reflected in sales. So store teams are just trying to like keep their heads above water.
And that reminds me sort of the way that I always like to think about technology and our side of the house, so to speak, is it's tough when you're building something, whether it be a piece of software, a piece of technology, an entire business like Jeff's. It's very easy, like solving problems is the sort of the name of the game. That's the job is. And so it's very easy to get sort of overwhelmed by that and feel like nothing's right and nothing is like, oh my goodness, we're never going to dig ourselves out of this hole or solve this thing because there's always the next thing because you're building. That's what it is, but it doesn't feel like that. It's hard to have that perspective when you're sort of in the trenches. So I always like to tell myself, you want to keep an eye out for the quality of the problems. And as long as the quality of the problems is continually lifting, everything's great. You're seriously like you're getting there. But if you introspect those and you're like, no, this is not the same problems again, and they're a higher order, higher quality of problems, then that's a progress. We're recognizing the fact that we have that next tier of problems and that next tier of challenges. So when I think about Danielle redoing a lot of operation manuals, perfect. That means we outgrew the previous ones because the core problems they were solved, but they're no longer solved because we do more volume or there's more complexity in the store or there's new tools that are available. So let's improve. Same thing with us on the software side. A lot of what we're doing right now is around data and just providing a lot more data to stores and a lot more data to operators. And it's there's a ton of stuff we're working on, but it's data that we didn't even consider. Nobody cared to even ask a year and a half ago. It's like that data was not even relevant. We're not even mature enough to even think about that data. I also think we're really getting challenged by new franchisees coming in, which is, again, I love to see it. It can be hard in the moment when people come in and they raise the bar.
No doubt.
They raise their bar on every side of sort of the, every sort of piece of the operation. So it's great to see that challenge because looking at this year feels completely different than last year.
I mean, we are halfway through the year, right? We're like right at the halfway
I'm reflecting
mark.
on the year in this June or July.
It's July. And it is it's kind of hard to look back to January and think like, oh, well, I don't even remember what we were working on.
I couldn't tell you. Because I would probably get it wrong by like a year. I'd be like, oh, we did this. It's like, no, we did that 2 years ago or 2 weeks ago.
What a prediction was for how many stores we might open. I think that because of the pace of the business and how fast we're moving and new operators onboarding, stores are getting busier. And I think as stores get busier, it adds complexity to supply chain. It adds, it's one thing to grow the business by store count. It's another thing to grow the business by volume. But to do those two things together and try to run predictive analytics on how many cold cups you're going to need when the cold cup drinks are selling at, I don't know, I'll make up a number, 70% more than we anticipated.
Yeah.
So that's and it's outpacing the trajectory of total sales, right? Is there so many layers to what's happening. So we run out of things like cold cups, or we didn't have enough catering boxes, or, one distribution center had 3 new stores pop into it. And so suddenly they're sucking inventory out of the pool.
Just taps them immediately.
Yeah. And it's quite fascinating. And I'm sitting honestly in a seat of privilege watching Danielle be the puppeteer that manages all of this. Cause she's the best. It's cool to watch the business grow and to see her talent shine, and team are just the best.
And I think that you bring up a good point about that dual dimension. And I think that's probably one of the most challenging things of this stage, is that you really sort of are employing 2 different strategies, because growing volume is a completely different animal than growing breadth, like, of the stores. And so everything that we do to increase the store count, I won't say it doesn't apply to the other and vice versa, but the overlap's not as much as you'd want to be efficient. There really are 2 sort of strategies.
Yeah, it's not as clean as you want it to be.
No, because, when you think about expanding geographies, that's things like, okay, we need new distribution centers. We need to stand all these things up. Well, you can't optimize something as you stand it up. That's not how it works, because we have this problem in technology all the time where we want to introduce new workflows, new features into the software, and we literally have to sort of plan when we're going to release them, because we're going to go and open 3 new stores. And we've literally held off certain releases because it just felt cruel to open a store and then 2 days later change the way something works.
Yeah.
Or in the worst case, we train them on something, they went back to their store, and then the day they're about to open, we change things. And so, again, they're just complete 2 different strategies that we're trying to blend right now as we grow. And you see that conflict pop up all the time. And actually managing that conflict and that boundary is probably one of the things that we spend the most time doing.
Well, we, in our little circle, as a leadership team, spend a lot of time managing that.
Yeah.
And just honestly staying focused on a singular endpoint is something that can get lost when we have all these kind of derivatives that we want to tackle. And so the idea of getting to an end result for a franchisee to drive a great experience and sales for their business is really, like, that's the vision. So how do you stay focused on that? How do you get there? That is the hard part. It's really hard because everyone has a little bit of pull from different places, right?
And this is why I like bagel testing and paste tasting, because it's pure. It's the purest art, Jeff. I never feel like I'm making the wrong decision with that.
I feel really fortunate to have the easiest job at Jeff's Bagel Run.
You get to be Jeff.
I'm getting to be Jeff is great. I think there might be a lot of external criticism that I maybe have to deal with more so than some other folks. Like
because everything's you.
Yeah. So
being Jeff is that's a two-edged sword, man.
Yeah. But it is pretty fun to be able to create new things and communicate and be the face of a brand as it's growing. It's exciting. You know what got a lot of excitement, actually? We can wrap this up on a positive note. Our bagels are accidentally vegan. In full transparency, I've never really ate vegan or vegetarian. I've always been a consumer of animal products. And when we made the bagels, it was a really simple recipe. Like, it was, it was water, flour, salt, malt, yeast. That's it. And someone asked me, like, are your bagels vegan? Do they contain any eggs or dairy products? And I was like, no, it's just these 5 ingredients. Like, oh, it's so great. I love that. That's so fantastic. And so we sort of always had a a nice following of guests who eat a vegan lifestyle, and they're always asking about the bagels of the day and what's vegan, what's not vegan, or what's plant-based, what's vegan friendly. And so this week we finally introduced on our weekly post that we put out for the menu a little leaf to indicate that it is a plant-based,
interesting.
vegan friendly item. And while we do operate in kitchens that have animal products around there, we can't guarantee anything is completely free from contact. But our base bagel and a lot of our flavors are plant-based, and so it's we finally notated that, and I was gonna say it got a lot of attention on the interwebs. Yeah, people were very happy, so it made me happy. It was great.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah, because we've had our vegan line of spreads for a while now, but we've never really let anybody know on the bagel side.
Like, we don't talk about it. Like, I mean, I think, to be fair, I mean, and I would imagine that a large portion of like folks who exclusively eat vegan would agree with this statement. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just shooting myself in the foot and I should have ended when I could have. But I think a lot of times eating a vegan lifestyle or eating food that's specifically kind of made to be vegan, there's an assumption that it's not going to taste as good. And so we never set out to build a product that, in its base format was plant-based, but it's a nice byproduct, and it offers a lot of people an opportunity to enjoy the bagels. And so having the dairy-free breads is another nice option, and we're gonna
nice compliment.
We're gonna have, I think, a new one this fall people will get excited about. So pumpkin season will bring another.
So good.
I know, so good. But that was fun. That was a nice all right, we did something good. Most of the time the internet is you did something bad.
That's,
like nobody, everybody wants to hate on.
That's when I know we're going to have made it. To my knowledge, I haven't done the research, but to my knowledge, nobody hates me on the internet yet because of this.
Hates you specifically?
Hates me. Yes.
Oh no, not yet. We haven't done enough to make
That's what I'm saying.
The villain.
So I haven't made it yet. Until you've attracted hate on the internet. I mean, are you even on the internet? That's what I'm led to believe. So I'm just waiting. It'll probably be a very equally crushing and, momentous occasion.
It feels good and bad at the same time.
I was going to say, you probably already crossed this threshold multiple times.
I remember the first time I got like a negative piece of feedback that was a personal attack on me.
With the Instagram, the original JBR Instagram?
I think it was on Instagram. It might have been Facebook. I can't remember specifically, but I got a message that just said, it's National Bagel Day. I can't believe you didn't make enough bagels and you sold out or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Like, you should have known better. And like, they just kind of leaned in on me. Jeez. And I'm like, and I made the mistake. I replied.
Oh, you can't. That's 101.
It's like, sorry, I woke up at 3 a.m. and went and made
you tried to justify too.
Thousands of delicious bagels that you didn't get to. Like, oh yeah, it got worse. And then it got sleep deprived ugly. And I was just like, sorry, I'm done. Yeah, that one stung. And that one actually made me stop reading reviews and replying to negativity in general. Good thing is at that point we had someone reading reviews, so I didn't have to anymore. I read reviews now because I've detached myself a little bit more from it.
Like emotionally, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I get attacked personally anymore. I don't think I've been attacked personally recently, but
I think it's that transition period. Like, we're now getting to the part where it's the brand. Like, you're the face, sure, you're out there, but like, I think people, they're attacking a name, not you. In those early days, one store, one experience online, it must have felt very personal. Especially when you're, like you said, hand rolling bagels till 3 a.m. to try and get through a Saturday. And it's some guy saying that you're miserable, sack of nothing.
Sorry.
It's like, I'm trying.
Kicking
you at your weakest.
Like, literally while I'm down. I'm like, look, man, I'm just like trying to put my kids to bed. I shouldn't have replied. Good night. You know? But that's out there. Yeah, we got to get you to that level on the pod, Aaron.
I'm just waiting, you know, I'm just waiting. That's when I'll know I've arrived, is when I've inspired somebody, an individual in this world to hate me. I think there's people out there that probably have hated me throughout my life, you know, just unbeknownst to me, but to then be motivated to the point of commenting on a public platform.
Well,
that's the arrival point. It's my welcome to the NFL moment.
You've got a bit of a public platform now, so yeah.
I'm not prepared, to be honest, so I can't wait.
The beautiful thing about all this, Aaron, is you don't listen and you don't read the comments. And
I'm already there.
You just sort of show up and host and participate. So I'll just send you all the screenshots when they start flowing in.
Excellent. That's all I ask.
That's awesome. Great. All right. Well, we'll look for hate for Aaron this week in the comments. And beyond that, Bake Fresh, bring joy, build community. See you next week.
Yo, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Just Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Just Bagel Run.